What's up, girlies and friends, and welcome back to another bullet journal video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sabo, and if you're a returning subscriber, hi. It's been a while. I don't have any excuses for that. On that note, this is probably going to be my last bullet journal video in a while. I don't really have a nice filming setup to film these anymore, and yeah, that's basically it. That's basically my excuse. So for this video, I'm going to be setting up my new bullet journal because the current bullet journal that I am in is full, like every page is filled up, so it's time. The notebook that I'm using is from a collaboration between Notebook Therapy and Milkkoyo. I have bought all the notebooks out of that collection. I think they're so incredibly cute and so incredibly well made. I love these notebooks, and that's that. The pen that I'm going to be using is the Pilot G1 Grip. This is my favorite pen. It fits so nicely in my hand, especially because I write in a very claw-like gripping way, so this pen fits nicely. And then we're going to go right into the future log. This is my most used spread in every bullet journal that I own. I do not use a month at a glance because those do not work for me. Future logs are the ones that I always go for because they're functional. I can see an overview of the year if I quickly need one, and they just get used. And that's what's most important for me when I'm, setting up my bullet journal. I want to use my collection. So the Fineliners that I'm using right here are the Milkkoyo Fineliners from the Leader. I use them in various different sizes, and I really enjoy these Fineliners. I don't have really any bad experiences, nor do I really know how to compare them to the Sakura ones that I used to use a lot. I just like them. So I divided up the pages in threes, so each page fits 1/4. That's how my brain also works, and that's also how I set up my goals and intentions. You know how that goes. I do it in quarters, so it's a really nice way for me to also have my month at a glance like this. The colored markers that I'm using for the entire bullet journal setup are the Crayola Supertips. I use like the one from the 100 pack, and I'm also using the Colors Around the World. Yeah, I didn't really have a theme for the setup. I just kind of used colors that I really liked, and currently I'm just really into blues and greens. And I also used the gray just to, have a little bit of neutrality in it, so that, I don't know why, I just really like the color gray. The washi tapes that you see me using are ones I got from AliExpress. They're like a Shiba Inu one and a panda one. I've had these for like a year. I use them sparingly, but like I really like how these washi tapes are like a full-size washi tape, because sometimes when you buy washi tapes from AliExpress, they're like a mini size, or like they don't really have a lot of washi on them. Anyways, on to the next page, which is a catch-all goal setting page. For this page, I really like to draw in a little drawing. That's what I've been doing for the past 2 bullet journals. And I did a Studio Ghibli one for the past 2 bullet journals, but this time I wanted to do my love, Monkey D. Luffy, the main character of One Piece. I have been so obsessed with One Piece. I've been obsessed with One Piece for a long while, but like I feel like the obsession gets more and more as the days goes on, and the more invested I am in like the story and the fandom and also the manga, and so I wanted to use Luffy for my goal settings page just to like motivate me as well, because there's one person who achieves all his ambitions regardless of how many hurdles he has to face. It's Luffy, and so I wanted to dedicate this little part of the page to him. And I also really like to draw. I don't like to make really elaborate drawings, but I do like to have a little drawing in my beginning pages of my bullet journal, because I think that it's just really nice to look at, and it's cute, right? Sometimes you just want to put shit into your bullet journal because it's cute, and Luffy is cute. So I sketched them out, and I used various different sizes of my Milkkoyo Fineliners to sketch him in. I was contemplating on not or whether I wanted to color him in. I didn't do this in this video because if I'm too unsure to do something, I'm not going to do it. But this is me in the future, and I like to say that I indeed have colored him in, and it's probably the best decision that I've made. And I'm a little sad that I didn't record it for the camera because he looks so cool. Definitely my favorite page out of the entire setup, and probably out of my entire bullet journal. So yeah, this is my goals page. This is basically where I will fill down any and all goals, hopes, dreams, and ambitions that I hope to achieve in the amount of time that I am using this bullet journal. This can range from big goals like, getting my propedeutics, or, if you live in another country, like getting all my credits for my first year, to like really stupid goals like I want to learn a chair freeze, things like that. It's just like a catch-all goals page. And then I also have a quote there, which is a quote from Luffy, which has been my motto ever since I've heard it. And it says, "As long as I'm alive, there are infinite possibilities." It is such a motivating quote. I turn to it every time I need to pick me up. I repeat it to myself multiple times a day. I'm writing it down everywhere, and I feel like it's really fitting to have this quote on this page as well, especially since Luffy is also there. I'm really happy with how this page turned out, and he looks just so cool. The next thing that I'm going to be setting up is a more in-depth goal setting page. I'm saying this with question marks because I don't really know how to properly describe it. Basically, I'm just creating space for the quarters of the year. So as you can see, I have Q4, Q1, Q2, and Q3. I don't know how long I'm going to be using this bullet journal for, so I'm stretching it out as much as I can. But this is basically where I put down goals that I have more of deadlines to. So if my previous page was like a catch-all, this one is more deadline based. So of course I start with Q4 because we are entering Q4, and then we're going to Q1, Q2, Q3 for 2024. So how I'm going to be using this page is I have some goals and big things that I want to achieve or do, or even places I want to travel to in certain months or at a certain time, and I'm just going to be writing it down in whatever quarter I want to achieve that goal. So for example, I want to buy flight tickets to my big vacation to Asia in Q4 of this year. So I'm going to be writing that down in Q4. And then on the page next to it, that's where I can go a bit more in depth. When I have the big goals on the left side, I can have little subcategories on the right side. Or, if I have more goals that I want to achieve within a certain quarter, I can put them in the right side as well if there isn't any more space on the left side. Can you follow me? Can you follow me? I hope you can. I've just been really into goal settings, and I'm also trying to figure out what the best way is for me to do so. Because, I have ADHD, I'm quite forgetful, and I get quite overwhelmed very easily. I also have time blindness and all the good jazz. So I'm just trying to figure out what the best way for me to keep up with certain goals that I have, and hopefully this works. I've been trying out in my current bullet journal, or the one that I'm finishing up, and it's working out pretty well. I do have to remind myself to look back at the pages because I have them spread throughout the bullet journal. So I hope that having these pages in the beginning of my bullet journal will help me a bit more. And then I'm going to be setting up a little brain dump spread. This is just for any random thing that might be related to my goals, or things that I need to write down or need to remember, but I don't want to dedicate a whole page or whatever in my bullet journal to that. I can just put down there, and then I just finish it up really cute washi tape. I love this panda washi tape. It makes me so happy. The next page that I'm going to be setting up is my books, anime, movies, and show collection. You've seen me do it in other bullet journal migration videos. This is an idea that I got from Books with Chloe. I will print out the covers of any books, movies, animes, or shows that I've watched, stick them down, and put a rating on it. Usually I have separate spreads for each of those categories, but I haven't been consuming a lot. I've been consuming a lot of those things, but not enough to fill up a spread for each of them individually, if you kind of get what I mean. So I just decided I'm gonna put them all together in one spread and see how it goes. And then I have a little on the list on the right side to write down anything that I want to read, like a little TBR or to be watched list. This is my setup, very quick, very easy. I'm excited to see how I'm going to be filling this up over the time that I'm going to be using this bullet journal. I hope to be using this for 6 months, but I might be using it for 8, 9, you never know. We'll see. I'm very excited though to step into a new bullet journal, have a new fresh start. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time out of your day to spend time with me. Yeah, this is my last bullet journal video, so I want to say see you in the next one, but there's not gonna be a next one. So have a nice day. I love you so much. Thank you. Bye.
I still need to recover from another lover. Would you be here for me? Never met your